The power of touch. Touch can transfer spirits, believe it or not. Just the simplest, most innocent touch. And I'm going to tell you why and explain to you why. And this is very important even for spiritual leaders. If you're a spiritual leader out here just willy-nilly and you're playing around, you're not serious about what it is you're doing. Not only do people have to be just conscious of touch, these spiritual leaders need to be conscious of touch also, because if you're not strong and sound, you can't be out here touching everybody if you're weak, because that spirit is going to affect you. So from a child, I've always been very apprehensive about people touching me. It's just a thing about, I just don't really care to be touched, and especially by certain people. And growing up in church, like a lot of black people and children here, I was never really comfortable with any and everybody laying hands on me either. Like, it just visiting different places and churches and stuff like that. Certain people, especially as a child, you're a little bit more sensitive because you're innocent. And so that's something that I've just never really vibed with, just everybody wanting to lay hands on everybody. That's just not something I was ever really comfortable with. And a few years ago, I remember this one person in particular. I was visiting like a tent revival or something with my mom, because my mom is really, religious. She knows the Bible backwards and forwards. So she's just like from congregation to congregation, which is not good anyway. But anyway, I was visiting a tent revival with her. And this particular pastor, she was just like, go get prayed for. Go, 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 go. And I just was like, I do not want this man putting his hands on me. I just was not comfortable with it. I wasn't comfortable with his spirit. My spirit did not agree with him. And just like, she really was forcing that issue. And I did not want him laying his hands on me. All right. I was just really serious about that. So yeah, I just never really was open to any and everybody doing that and praying for me either. I wasn't ever really a fan of holding hands. I'm still not a fan of holding hands, and just not because of spiritual reasons, because of cleanliness also. I'm in the medical profession, so I know I work with doctors who do not wash their hands. Yes. So, but besides that, back to the spiritual part, yes, just any type of touch. I don't like people tapping me or nudging me or being too close and rubbing their skin, or rubbing their arm against me or anything like that. I'm just really flinchy when it comes to people touching me, and I know that's for a reason. That's not something that I've ever ignored or I'm ignoring now, because there's a reason why certain spirits don't agree with yours, and you may flinch, or you don't want people to touch you, because there's something to that. All right. So even when it comes to co-workers or even certain family members, I'm not really keen on them touching me if I'm not, feeling them like that, if I know they have a dislike for me or if I have a dislike for them. So when it comes to the Bible, if the Most High's garment, his virtue and his power left him just by someone touching the hem of his garment, that should just show you how important and powerful touch is. So if you're touching an inanimate, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, object, and you can transfer energy, then you can definitely transfer energy from spirit to spirit, from body to body that houses spirits. Okay, so you remember when old people would say, I don't want you going there. I don't like the atmosphere over there. Or I don't like, how it feel over there. I don't want you over there. They just had a feeling. So they just didn't even want you in the atmosphere with those spirits. So the point I'm trying to make is, if you can be affected just by being in the same atmosphere as a spirit, or a non-agreeable spirit, then that even goes so much more for physical touch and being touched by something, that spirit is in, or a body that spirit is in. So, if you're, again, into religion and spirituality and things of that, you have to be extremely cautious and conscious about who and what it is you are letting touch you and that you are touching. And I've even become a little bit more conscious also about shopping at thrift stores and the things that I pick up secondhand, because these objects and these things and pictures and frames and trinkets and even people's jewelry that you might buy secondhand like that. You have to be conscious about that, and just use your spirit of discernment about whatever it is you're doing. All right, so I want to thank you all for watching. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns.